The View is off the air, finally.
I said something that I feel a responsibility.
The View is behind closed doors at long last. I offered something that I feel an obligation regarding not leaving unexamined on the grounds that my words upset such countless individuals, which was never my aim. Whoopi needs to rest her ginormous mouth and terrible demeanor, and life is so short. Okay. Clutch your seats on the grounds that the most recent stunner in the realm of daytime TV has quite recently stirred things up around town. The syndicated program titan Whoopi Goldberg may be confronting the finish of her celebrated profession as the famous show The View takes an unforeseen break. That is correct, people. Whoopi's brand name mind and unfiltered suppositions need to take a secondary lounge for the present, leaving fans and tattle devotees the same guessing about the fate of this television legend. So what precisely is happening, and how did Whoopi answer this turn on the TV? Young lady, where you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm leaving you all. The View has been a staple in our lives, conveying. G. Warmed discusses succulent superstar tattle and a hurricane of feelings consistently anyway. The new declaration that the show is briefly going behind closed doors has people talking about likely difficulty in heaven. The explanation for this surprising disturbance, in all honesty, the imposing essayists' organization strike. Yes, you heard it right. The authors' organization strike sent shockwaves through media outlets, and, surprisingly, the unyielding perspective was not saved. The aftermath from the strike impacted the show's quality as the clever chit-chat and provocative conversations we've generally expected begun to wane. The hosts, who are accustomed to doling out the most recent buzz with their unique flair, had to avoid any subjects somewhat associated with the Authors Society, passing on them with a restricted pool of material to work with as evaluations plunged and faithful watchers became fretful with the show's new heading. Sparkles flew on the set. Gracious, yet that is not everyone. None of my companions, the once enchanting brotherhood and perky chat among the hosts, had developed into something significantly more evil. A few steadfast fans who can't escape the show's unfiltered feelings and engaging disagreements couldn't resist the opportunity to see the change in tone. The clever trades that had once stimulated our entertaining bones had degenerated into shoot contentions, leaving fans hankering bygone times when giggling and carefree ribbing were the pants. As a matter of fact, we should discuss the unstable standoff that had everybody stuck to their screens. Whoopi Goldberg, the dominant sovereign of The View, ended up trapped in a warm spat with, as a matter of fact, her co-has, the objective, the bluegrass music sensation Miranda Lambert, and her searing position against over-energetic concert attendees. Whoopi conflicted horns with her have Satisfaction Behair, Sarah Haynes, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah Griffin as they took apart Miranda's call out of fans, who ought for even a moment to snap pictures during her Las Vegas residency show on July 15. Bright with her proud openness, thought for even a second to remain against the Bluebird vocalist's protests, saying the costly tickets in the celebrity segment that they were in are $757. I will take however many selfies as I need. Yet this ignited a red-hot trade with Whoopi, who wasn't going to allow it to go unnoticed. In her exemplary style, the Oscar-winning star answered, "You understand what? Remain at home in the event that you will burn through $750 to come to my show. Provide me with the admiration of watching me while I do my thing, or don't come." Whoopi wasn't beating around the bush, and pressures took off more than ever. Yet that wasn't the stupendous finale of this exhibition. Good gracious, as flashes flew, Whoopi concluded she'd had enough and emphatically stomped off her seat. Walking toward the first line of the studio crowd with the rage of a diva despised, she expressed turn on the TV. "Young lady, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm leaving you all in the midst of the pan." And shocked faces. Whoopi stared at a clueless crowd, part clarifying that this fight was everything except arranged. "Just me. And will you press that button? We'll be right back," she shouted, leaving everybody contemplating whether they had recently seen the start of the end for the famous Whoopi period on The View. Yet the dramatization didn't stop there. Entered Jason Aldean, one more bluegrass music sensation whose dubious verses in his new tune attempt that in an unassuming community light. A firestorm of reaction in a fight over unassuming community values versus huge city points of view. Aldean's disruptive remarks hit a nerve with fans and enemies the same the studio appeared to change into a landmark of suppositions, with the hosts saving no words in their savage trade. Goldberg ripped into the tune's substance, commenting, "You need to understand that when you make it about people of color matter, individuals sort of say, well, are you discussing individuals of color? What are you discussing individuals of color? What are you?" Referring to here in the organization of her has Bliss Behair and Radiant host in Goldberg's opinions, repeated firmly the triplet analyzed the melody's verses, examined its symbolism, and made sure to it as miserable and irritating their genuine scrutinize resonated through the diversion scene, starting a fierce blaze of responses from fans who felt that the hosts were being ludicrous with their remarks anyway. This isn't the initial occasion when Whoopi's words on The View nearly caused her trouble. Mrs. Get This in 2022, Whoopi had the boldness to drop some significantly disputable remarks about the Holocaust. That's right, you heard it right, the Holocaust, that unimaginably delicate, verifiable misfortune that actually torment us. Whoopi didn't mix the pot, she basically lit it ablaze. She asserted that the Holocaust, which unfortunately killed in excess of 6 million Jewish individuals, isn't about race. It's about man's cruelty to man. I offered something that I feel an obligation regarding not leaving. Unexamined on the grounds that my words upset such countless individuals. Which was never my aim. We should say that her words didn't go over too well. The murmurs of Whoopi's brassy remarks spread like quickly unofficially leaving jaws, dropped and people talking. She didn't sneak around the edge of debate. She dove carelessly into the turbulent waters of verifiable responsiveness and worked up a tempest that could take ages to settle. The daringness to minimize the sheer repulsiveness and torment. Had endless families persevered to strip it down to a straightforward expression that scarcely starts to expose the awful misfortune. Whoopi's words were lit, match-tossed into a dangerous situation, starting shock and distrust from each side of the globe. The individuals who heard her words couldn't really accept at their ears had she simply minimized one of the haziest times of mankind's set of experiences in a simple sentence: the dauntlessness. All things considered, yet stand by the story does. And end there. The aftermath from Whoopi's disagreeable comments was out-and-out hazardous. Pundits and antiquarians the same rushed to censure her words, featuring the heartlessness that they conveyed. What's more, a BC News president, Kim Godwin, wasn't having any of it. Quickly plunged in and dropped the stunner, taking effect right now. I'm suspending Whoopi Goldberg for a considerable length of time for her